everyone, Nobody is here, and today in this video, give me like 2 minutes, I'm going to give you guys some updates, but I really wanted to just show you this figure that I made yesterday, and the video that I posted this morning is like 48 minutes, it's like a full like start to finish time-lapse video, and most people don't really get to the end of the videos, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of cut this to the end of that video where I did the review, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. But first, before I do that, I just want to let you know what's coming up next. I am going to be working on the Roman for the Roman contest. That one I haven't done in a long time, so that might be a little tricky. I need to run to the store to get a few more parts that I'm missing for that. So I'm going to go ahead and get that one started, and then I'm going to be doing the Fire Squad. So what's going to be next, I guess, I am going to be working on the Roman, but I also want to do a battle damage video tutorial on this guy. I think it'll look a lot better battle damage, so there's going to be a battle damage video of him. I'm going to start the heavy gunner for the Fire Squad, and I'll be working on the Roman at the same time. Also, I'm going to bring back the You Pick I Paint, so keep that in mind. I only have a few, I say a few, I have a lot of colors, but these are the colors that I have, and I only have a certain assortment of figures, so I'm going to have another update probably in the next couple days explaining the rules and just the things that I have going on with that, because it was a really popular idea and I loved it. So I want to kind of get back to letting you guys have some interactions with the customs that I make. I think it's a lot of fun. So I'll bring back the You Pick I Paint shortly. Just let me know what you guys think about that and we will get that happening. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and cut to the review of this figure, but stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more cool figures. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and yeah, just take care, have an awesome day, and I hope you enjoy the review. Alrighty everybody, I have finally finished this figure. There's one last detail I'm going to do, but I'll save and tell you that at the end of this. So now, you probably noticed in this video that I sat around and just stared. Well, it's time-lapse, so you can't tell, but I spent a lot of time just thinking about the colors and how I wanted this figure to go. I had a really difficult time, and as you can see kind of at the end, I sort of came to a decision of the color scheme, but it was definitely the hardest part of this figure. For some reason, I had an idea of colors I wanted to use. I wanted to use the blues, and it was just not happening. I had the hardest time. That, and when I was painting, I realized that some of this paint doesn't paint as well as I wanted to. It's probably older paint, and I was just having some issues with it looking smooth. So there are some features to this figure that would look good with a battle damage figure. So that's what I'm going to do. I know I said I'm going to save it for the end of the video, but basically I'm going to make a battle damage figure out of this one. So I'll do a separate video of how to, basically it's going to be a how-to video on battle damage, and I think I did one in the past, but I don't know if it's still up or not, but it's going to be a video showing you guys the steps and process. It's actually really simple, and there's only 2 colors that you would use to do that, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm also running out of light, and the lighting in this room is terrible. I actually have like 3 lamps right now trying to light up this little area that I'm at. So anywho, I'm gonna get right into it. I know you've probably been waiting to see this for a while, so it's been 2 days for me, so I'm kind of excited to get this review on the way. So yes, alright, I used, the main color is this made up blue that I have here, and I did sculpt the chest plate and then the piece on the back. I did sculpt both of those, and for the most part it turned out pretty good. I like the way it looked, and I'm definitely excited about making more of these Mandalorians. I'm probably going to make 100 Mandalorians. I'm going to do a lot of them because they're a lot of fun to make, and I'm probably going to, once I find a really good color scheme, I'm probably going to do a clan, because I know a lot of Mandalorians are kind of in clans and families, and I want to start doing more of that. I want to make a group of them that kind of go in the same group. I know I said group like a million times, forgive me. So, moving on, we have the boots down here, and then the knee pads, of course, or I guess it's a shin pad. I didn't really put the knee pads on just because it didn't really fit underneath there, and I thought it would be good without them. And of course the centerpiece. Now for the belts, there's a glare on my side, so I'm not sure if you can see it as well. There is 2 pieces to that. I have the plastic piece underneath, and then I put a piece of fabric on the top because it gives it a little more texture. You can tell up close that it's fabric, and it looks really nice because I wanted that leather type of look. So that kind of pulls that off really well. And then, of course, we have the pistol holsters coming around front, and then painted those brown because I really wanted the brown because I know a lot of their stuff is that old leather and looks really good. So I was trying to incorporate brown. I did actually go out to Walmart and pick up some brown, so that's good. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Before I was trying to mix the colors and it did not work very well. If you are doing that, side note, get a light colored brown if you go to Walmart, and then you can always mix black paint to it to make it darker, but if you start out with the darker paint, it's kind of harder to lighten it up a bit. I guess you could use white, but I like to go the other way. So anyway, moving on, we have the arm here. Now beforehand, I'm sorry if you saw it before and you liked it, but this was all blue, and I figured it was too much blue. I don't know, it didn't seem right. So I went ahead and painted the Manda metal on this arm, and I think it turned out really well. And of course we have the piece here and then this little shoulder pad up top. That I left the blue color because I wanted to still leave that accent on this side of the figure. I'll take the cape off and you can see underneath that in just a moment. But let's go ahead and move to the back. There's not much happening here. I got to figure out what I want to do to the back armor, because if it's just a slab of metal, there's not a lot of detail in it. And then going off of the ones that they make, there's not a lot of detail in that either. So that's kind of what I was trying to mold it after. And it's blue. So I did add the stripes down the side that carried over from the front. So right there, you might be able to see it better when I take that off. So that's pretty much all there is. And then I added 2 more of the leather pouches. And then I added this little cylinder back here, just, you know, why not? It had the room for it, and it looked really good right there. So, you know, use your imagination. It can just be more supplies. You know, Mandalorians probably carry a lot of stuff. They rival Batman with their gear, okay? They have a lot going on, so it can be anything. I am really excited about this. I'm pretty proud of my painting. I did the Mandalorian logo, and I wanted it to be, I didn't want it to like steal the show, so it's very light. I mixed this tan color with white and got kind of an ivory-ish color, and looked at an image, and I think that turned out really good, so I'm excited for that. And then the bottom of the cape, that is actually metal, and I painted the Manda metal pattern onto that. So the cape, you can bend it because it is metal. I can kind of bend it in a form that I want, kind of to get it to fit around the figure. And I'm not going to mess with it too much, but it is there to be used, so you can kind of play around with it and get cool positions for your cape. So pretty sweet. Alrighty, so moving on to the helmet. I wish my camera could move up. I'm just going to hold it for a second. So sorry if it's wibbly. I don't know if wibbly is a word. Wobbly. If it moves too much, I apologize. So of course we started all this adventure with the helmet and it's hard to tell here, but we have a metallic visor. It almost looks just straight yellow, but even in person it's hard to see the shine off of it. But yeah, it's there and it shines. So we have the Manda metal going around that, and then it's really subtle, but we do have the 2-tone blue on the cheek piece. And then I originally started with some of the tan, I left that there, and then again it's really hard to see because it's subtle, but there are 2 tones of blue right there on the helmet. And then of course we have the rangefinder, which this gave me some trouble. I had to remake this a few times, but it's magnetic, so it can move down in front of the visor, and then if you want, you can pop it off because it's magnetic, but not that you would want to, but it's there. And yeah, so on the top I have, of course, that other blue that I accented with, stripe down the middle, and then 2 more of the tan stripes going on either side to connect with the piece in the back. Now that is testers and this is not, so I probably should have used testers with the rest of it, but I did not, so it's too late to go back. Alrighty, so now I will take the helmet off, and I will take this cape off and show you the rest of the arm. Alrighty, so take the cape off. I did modify one of the Star Wars capes that came on the Mandalorians. So this is him without his cape. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And I do have that stripe running down the side on that side, and then a little bit on the shoulder pad right there. So trying to keep the color scheme kind of accurate going throughout the figure. So here's a little 360 without the cape on. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now here's the cape. Boom. I added some extra fabric on the top just to give it some more texture and make it look cooler. I left the inside of it brown because I liked it how, if you saw it from a side angle, it'd still be kind of dark in there, and I didn't want it to be super bright. So I do like leaving that a little bit darker. So that is the cape. You can put it on either side. If you want to cover up the metal arm, then you can put it on the other side. I'll actually do that. I'll put it back on the other side. And then of course he has the neck guard. Let me not forget to mention that. Boom. Alrighty, so it does go to the other side. You can also kind of adjust it. So if you want to put it on like before the head's on, you can move it farther or closer behind the figure, so his arm can be more revealed, or it can be more in front of him. There's some, you know, playability with that. But yeah, that's the other side. If you like the look of the arm with the blue armor sticking out better. And then of course he has two of the Jango Fett style blasters, one on each side. Gotta have, every Mandalorian's gotta have his blasters, so he's got two of them. And speaking of blasters, I have a really cool rifle floating around here somewhere, if I can figure out where I put it. This is the rifle that I made for the figure. Now, I had to redo a few things, and it took a while to get all these little metal pieces on the front to kind of give it whatever that look is. I've seen some rifles that have that, but I wanted to incorporate it. And it's a really awesome gun. It's kind of big in the hand. Not big in the hand, but let me go ahead and just show you what I mean. It's not big in the hand. It's just, with the cape, it couldn't fit on that side, so he has to hold it. But I did trim the stock. I had to redo that if you saw, because that last one was hitting into the arm and I couldn't put it into his hand all the way. But I like the way this one turned out better, so it fits up to the figure. And actually I think it's pretty proportionate. I really like the way it turned out. I just didn't have it in, I had it in the other hand. And for some reason, because I'm right-handed, I think things look weird when they're in the left hand. So I think part of it was me just looking at it the wrong way. So really cool blaster rifle. I was gonna put a strap on it, but it doesn't really work out with the pistols because the gun has to kind of fit behind the arm. So if I do a strapped weapon, he kind of needs one pistol or no pistols at all. So anywho, that's what we got so far, and I will probably do a video soon about the battle damage. I actually start a different part of my training tomorrow, so my days are gonna be longer, and the lighting in here is terrible, so hopefully I'll have enough time in the day to do that. Also, the sun's starting to go down a lot sooner, so until I can figure out a better lighting situation, it's going to be kind of tricky. And I know this isn't ideal, so because right now I'm pretty much working off this little lamp, and then I dragged this like lamp that was next to my bed over here. So that's what I'm working with, people, and I hope you can still see this figure. But anyway, that is that. I hope you enjoyed it. This was the first time-lapse video of a full build that I made. Now, it did take 2 days to do this. Yesterday I spent a lot more time. Yesterday was probably the majority of my day was trying to think about making this figure, and today I spent a good 4 or 5 hours on it. And I had to eat and run to the store and do life things, but it does take quite a lot of time to make one of these figures. So maybe seeing a time-lapsed video of how long it takes to make it, you guys can appreciate just how much goes into one of these. So if you liked it, don't forget to hitchhike it and fist pound that subscribe button. Bam! And if you stayed to the end of this video, you're awesome. Thank you so much. And don't forget the contest ends at the end of this month, so if you haven't entered the Mandalorian contest, I will leave a link at the end of this video. You can go check it out. And if you want to leave a comment and let me know what you want the next contest to be, or have any thoughts or suggestions for tutorials, and all that good fun stuff, let me know, and I will do my best to get out these videos. So, anywho, God bless, take care, and I'll see y'all next time.